Story 1. You run to catch up with the sun, but it is sinking, racing around to come up behind you again. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you are older, short of breath, and one day closer to death. Story 2. The years start coming, and indeed they do not stop. Story 3. I was looking for a job, then I found one, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. Story 4. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Rush free will. Story 5. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Story 6. As a father of a baby, the wheels on the bus do indeed go round and round. Story 7. Landslide Fleetwood Mac. Well, I have been afraid of changing because I built my life around you. The lyrics reflect life. They hit hard when you finally understand them. Story 8. We are not going to take it anymore. Story 9. I am a loser. Story 10. I have the brains, you have the brawn. Let us make a lot of money. Story 11. You cannot always get what you want, but if you try sometimes you just might find you get what you need. Story 12. Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Story 13. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Drive by Incubus. Story 14. If life seems jolly rotten, there is something you have forgotten, and that is to laugh and smile and dance and sing. Story 15. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Story 16. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Story 17. The more I see, the less I know, the more I like to let it go. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Story 18. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You are not going to keep me down. Story 19. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse. Out of the corner of my eye, I turned to look, but it was gone. Cannot put my finger on it now. The child is grown, the dream is gone. Comfortably numb Pink Floyd. Story 20. Everybody have fun tonight. Story 21. There's no use crying over every mistake. Keep on trying until you run out of cake. Still alive from Portal. Keep going. Story 22. Do not push me because I am close to the edge. I am trying not to lose my head. Story 23. Hello darkness, my old friend. I have come to talk to you again. Story 24. Made me learn a little faster. Made my skin a little thicker. Made me that much smarter. Thank you for making me a fighter. Story 25. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it does not even matter. Story 26. Time makes you bolder, children get older, and I am getting older too. Story 27. I wake up in the morning, step outside, take a deep breath, feel high, and scream from the top of my lungs. What's going on? Story 28. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. The song was written for Nina Simone, who first performed it in 1964. It was later covered by Eric Burdon and the Animals, which is how I came across it. Bonus anecdote. I saw the Animals at the Cave Supper Club when I was 13 in 1967, courtesy of a friend's stepfather. We had stage-side seats. It was one of my favorite concert memories. Anybody else remember that show? Story 29. I do not want to work or play. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Story 30. As a parent, I say this a lot. Hold on to 16 as long as you can. Changes come around real soon and make us women and men. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, because someday never comes. Story 31. I've looked at life from both sides now. From win and lose and still somehow. It's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. I've come back to this song repeatedly since first hearing it in the mid-1970s. Hard to believe she wrote it in her early 20s. Story 32. You bring me closer to God, but I am trying to move away from needing anyone else to get there. Story 33. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days, when our mamas sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. 21 Pilots. Story 34. I'll follow you down until the sound of my voice haunts you. Give me just a chance. You'll never get away from the sound of the woman who loves you. Story 35. Yar har fiddle dee dee. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Story 36. Today, I did not even have to use my AK-47 assault rifle. I have to say it was a good day. Ice Cube. Story 37. I am not crazy. I am just a little unwell. I know right now you cannot tell. But stay a while and maybe then you will see a different side of me. Matchbox 20. Unwell. Story 38. Because love is such an old-fashioned word. And love dares you to care for the people on the edge of the night. And love dares you to change our way of caring about ourselves. This is our last dance. This is ourselves. Story 39. We may lose and we may win, though we will never be here again. Open up. I am climbing in. Take it easy. Story 40. You can't be what you were, so you better start being just what you are. Fugazi. Story 41. I get knocked down. I get up again. I am never going to be knocked down. Story 42. Not my life philosophy, but it opened my eyes at a young age just how fucked up human nature is. The bottom line is money. Nobody gives a fuck. 4,000 hungry children die per hour from starvation, while billions are spent on bombs, creating death showers. System of a Down, boom. Story 43. 16 tons? And what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Story 44. I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints. The sinners are much more fun. Only the good die young. Billy Joel. Story 45. Mr. Brightside is stuck on a loop, coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine every time I do the dishes. Story 46. They said being here is better than wishing we had stayed. Oh, being here seems to be the way. Being here is like breathing on the hottest day. I would rather suffocate. Dark, dark, dark New York song. This song helped me in a number of ways. First, it has helped me own the suicidal ideation I have experienced my whole life, and second, it has helped me feel less shame about who I really am because I am living for myself and not simply living how others expected me to. Story 47. Why worry? There should be laughter after pain. There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry now? Dire Straits. Story 48. I have wasted all my tears in those years. Nothing had a chance to be good. Nothing ever could. Oh well. Story 49. Did you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Story 50. The phrase if you are bored, then you are boring is repeated ad nauseum to my screen-addicted, dopamine-deregulated children. Story 51. Optimistic. Never let the sun set on tomorrow before the sun rises today. Pessimistic. When my depression works the graveyard shift, all of the people I have ghosted stand there in the room. Story 52. Whatever tomorrow brings, I will be there with open arms and open eyes. Story 53. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? From the Muppets. Story 54. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening. Simon and Garfunkel. Story 55. You Can't Fire Me Because I Quit. By Nirvana, Scentless Apprentice. Story 56. Not a song, but a jingle. The very old American telephone and telegraph company commercial. Reach out and touch someone. I'll just randomly start singing it on any given day. For years, laughing out loud. Story 57. How strange it is to be anything at all. Neutral Milk Hotel. I'm a reasonable man. Get off my case. Radiohead. I was chewing gum for something to do. Wilco. Story 58. There's a part of you that stays with me. Someone else gets to know. As someone who grew up moving from city to city and school to school, this lyric has become one of the things I have used to comfort myself during all the transitions. Story 59. Don't worry about a thing because every little thing is going to be all right. Bob Marley. Story 60. Many times when I am hungry, I'll announce in Eddie Vedder's voice, I'm going hungry. Yeah, Story 61. Nobody in the world ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Everybody dies frustrated and sad. Story 62. I am not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I am still a tool. Wait. Story 63. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Story 64. Just keep swimming. Story 65. One bites the dust as I crop dust an unsuspecting stranger. Story 66. We're all just stories in the end. Just make it a good one. Story 67. Shorter of breath and one day closer to death. Pink Floyd time. Good reminder to enjoy the present while you can. Story 68. Let it go. This too shall pass. This too shall pass by. Okay, go. I heard it first when I was in a remarkably bad place in my life and could barely function. The song was on repeat for many days while I tried to fix myself. Story 69. Some people's hot, and some people's cold. And some people's not very swift to behold. And some people do it, and some see right through it. And some wear pajamas if only they knew it. I got the pork chop, she got the pie. She ain't no angel and neither am I. Shame on your greed. Shame on your wicked schemes. I say this, I don't give a damn about your dreams. Courtesy Frank Zappa and Bob Dylan, respectively. Story 70. It's not having what you want. It's wanting what you've got. Sheryl Crow. Story 71. I will walk 500 miles and 500 more. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Story 72. No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Rush Tom Sawyer. The only tattoo I have. Story 73. Eleanor Rigby still haunts me, popping up when I least expect it like an emotional gut punch. Story 74. You are under 18. You will not be doing any time. I have to say, it does not hit quite the same at 34. Story 75. So goofy, but I always think of every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, from closing time. Story 76. I can check out anytime I like, but I can never leave. Story 77. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you are alive. I am so far away. Each step that I take is on my way home. Story 78. I would trade all of my tomorrows for a single yesterday. So very true. Story 79. And though you may not have done anything, will that be a consolation when she is gone? Tell Her About It by Billy Joel. Story 80. Because it is a bittersweet symphony that is life. You are trying to make ends meet. You are a slave to money and then you die. Story 81. Who said people are animals of wisdom? For me, obviously, we are animals of regret. August D. People. What is it that makes you so sad? Really? It is the dread that is so daunting. August D. People Part 2. Story 82. There are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. Story 83. I am just a regular, everyday, normal guy. Nothing special about me, man. Everyday Normal Guy by John LaJoy. Story 84. Everything is everything. After winter, spring must come. I have to get through this. Story 85. This body holding me, reminding me that I am not alone. This body makes me feel eternal. All this pain is an illusion. We are choosing to be here right now. Hold on. Stay inside. A song by Tool which represents my life philosophy. Story 86. I have a lovely bunch of coconuts. Story 87. No one in the world ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Everybody dies frustrated and sad. Don't let's start by They Might Be Giants. Story 88. Just remember, love is life, and hate is just living death. Treat your life for what it is worth, and live for every breath. Black Sabbath, A National Acrobat. Story 89. Is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you are old enough to repaint but young enough to sell? Neil Young. Story 90. Every time I look in the mirror, the lines on my face appear clearer. Story 91. After moving to a purple state and directly working with hardcore Make America Great Again supporters, I thought of the line, talk less, smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. This is sung by Aaron Burr in the song Aaron Burr, Sir from Hamilton. Story 92. Sorry, I can't provide the full lyrics of My Way by Frank Sinatra. I can, however, do one of the following for you. Provide a concise summary of the song. Create an original, TTS-friendly piece that captures the song's themes. Edit and clean up any lyrics or text you paste here. Provide a short excerpt, up to 90 characters. If you specify which part. Which option do you want? Story 93. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Honestly, life's entire vibe. Story 94. And then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Pink Floyd Time. Story 95. Without love in a dream, it will never come true. Grateful Dead. Story 96. A friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. With breasts and all the rest dressed in leather. Story 97. Once upon a time. Dressed so fine. Threw the bums a dime. In your prime. Didn't you? Story 98. It just takes some time, little girl. You're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be all right. Story 99. Use your head, sidestep the traps, snake through the chaos with a smooth noodle map. Story 100. Had to have high hopes for a living. I do not even like that song that much. Story 101. I like mine with lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes, a big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Good God Almighty, which way do I steer? Story 102. Weapons, not food, not homes, not shoes. No need, just feed the war cannibal animal. I walk the corner to the rubble that used to be a library. Line up to the mine cemetery now. What we do not know keeps the contracts alive and moving. They do not have to burn the books, they just remove them. While arms warehouses fill as quickly as the cells. Rally around the family, pocket full of shells. Rage against the machine. This feels like we have been living this for the last 30 years. And it is getting worse. Story 103. And God knows I have had some rough fucking years. Oh Lord, keep going. Story 104. And if you do not expect too much from me, you may not be disappointed. Story 105. Heavy is the crown from the song of the same name by Linkin Park. Anytime you are given power of any description, it should weigh on you with the expectations of the people who gave it to you and with responsibility for the people over whom you exercise it. This applies to managing a team of 3 people as much as to high-level politics. Not many people see it that way, but that is how it should be seen. It may sound cringeworthy, but power should be a burden to carry, not a prize to win. Story 106. There's nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. Story 107. Some of it's magic, some of it's tragic, but I had a good life all the way. Jimmy Buffett. Story 108. Better lives have been lived in the margins, locked in prisons, and lost on the gallows than have ever been enshrined in palaces. Story 109. Thy life is a riddle to bear rapture and sorrow, to listen, to suffer, to entrust unto tomorrow. In one fleeting moment from the land does life flow, and in another fleeting moment anew it grows. In the same fleeting moment you must live, die, and know. Answers, Final Fantasy XIV. The entire song is my life philosophy, a song about the meaning of life. Sinking deeper and deeper in calm embrace, loving tides sweep in and bear you down. Should you meet a soul rising to the surface, with your unbeating heart, wish them well. Flow, Final Fantasy XIV. About the meaning of death. You cannot have one without the other. Story 110. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Story 111. We're going up. It's our moment. Story 112. No more hiding. I will be shining like I was born to be. Because we are hunters with strong voices and I know I will believe. We are going up, up, up. It is our moment. You know together we are glowing. We will be golden. Up, up, up with our voices. Unbreakable forever. Story 113. All right, we'll float on even if things get heavy. Story 114. Though I was born 20 years later, it has always been. The Midwest farmers' daughters really make you feel all right. Beach Boys. California Girls. Story 115. I've been shopping for baby items for our first child. There's a brand called Even Flow. Cue the Pearl Jam. Story 116. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love, and I know that it's all mine. Oh, wooah. Story 117. Rob Thomas, Lonely No More. But words are only words. Can you show me something else? Story 118. There is always going to be another mountain. I am going to want to make it move. It will be an uphill battle. The climb is all there is. Story 119. And when we die, will we be that disappointed or sad if heaven does not exist? What will we have missed? This life is the best we have ever had. Story 120. It never meant that much to me to mean that much to you. Story 121. I want to run, hide, and tear down the walls that hold me inside. Story 122. And if you never bleed, you're never going to grow. Taylor Swift. The One. Story 123. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Story 124. People are people, so why should it be that you and I should get along so awfully? Simplistic but true. Story 125. I got your picture. I am coming with you, dear Maria. Count me in. There is a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I am the pen. Story 126. Run, rabbit. Dig that hole. Forget the sun. When at last the work is done, don't sit down. It's time to dig another one. Story 127. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Semisonic. Story 128. If my velocity starts to make you sweat, do not let go. Story 129. Love is what I got. Can you remember that? I do not cry when my dog runs away. Do not get angry at the bills I have to pay. Story 130. They all say that it gets better, but what if I do not? I have learned that sometimes it does not get better, and that is okay. Other times it absolutely does get better, and I look back and wonder why I worried so much. Story 131. Life is like this: you fall, you crawl, and you break. You take what you get and turn it into honesty. Promise me you will never be fake. Story 132. Oh, simple things, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. Somewhere only we know. Story 133. Confusion that never stops, closing walls and ticking clocks. Story 134. Lose yourself in the moment. You own it. You'd better never let it go. You only get one shot. Story 135. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Story 136. I wake up in the morning, step outside, take a deep breath, get really high, and scream from the top of my lungs. What's going on? Story 137. You only get what you give. It may have been a one-hit wonder, but it affected me deeply. Story 138. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I am only falling apart. Story 139. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Yes, I understand the actual intent of rage against the machine. Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? Story 140. But I cannot do this all on my own. I know I am not Superman. Story 141. I want to heal and feel what I thought was never real, and let go of the pain I have felt for so long. Story 142. You are young, life is long, and there is time to kill today. Then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. Story 143. You can have the best there is, but it is going to cost you all your love. You will not get it for money. Bob Dylan. Story 144. And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Story 145. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Story 146. Always look on the brighter side of life. It is my go-to whistling tune too. Story 147. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. That line stuck with me since I was a teenager. It reminds me to stop overthinking and just take the shot. I have built whole chapters of my life around that mindset. Another lyric that has stuck with me is, "Don't let the fear of what could happen make nothing happen." It reminds me to move forward even when I do not have every answer or a perfect plan. That mindset has helped me grow more than anything else. Story 148. It's been 22 years. When I see ice cold anywhere, what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold. All right. Story 149. There is no promise of safety on these second-hand wings, but I am willing to find out what impossible means. The melting point of wax by Thrice. Honestly, I could point to a dozen different lyrics by them that have shaped some of my life philosophies over the years. Story 150. Don't worry about a thing because every little thing is going to be okay. It's kind of a safety blanket I use when my anxiety spikes. I sing or hum it. It gets me through challenging times. Story 151. Baby, don't worry about a thing because every little thing is going to be all right. Story 152. Oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Story 153. Well, do you need a lot of what you've got to survive? From Teeth Like God's Shoeshine Modest Mouse. Story 154. Oh, you can judge the whole world on the sparkle that you think it lacks. Yes, you can stare into the abyss, but it's staring right back. Story 155. Give me one reason to stay here and I'll turn right back around. You have to bring something into my life. Presence alone won't cut it. My love is conditional. If you don't in some way enrich my life, why am I here? Story 156. Lady Gaga's "I'll Always Remember Us This Way" is just a haunting melody to my soul. Story 157. Boogie, wham, jam, slam, bust the dialect. I am the man in command. Honorable mention. Cluckers are clucking. Story 158. In Thneedville, we love living this way. It's like paradise. Story 159. Lost Forever in a Happy Crowd. It's from Faith by The Cure. Sums up my life perfectly. Sincerely, Skeletor. Story 160. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day and brighten the way. Story 161. I am so damn high and so paranoid. I have generalized anxiety disorder, so most of the time when I use a substance, I become paranoid and anxious. Story 162. Summa Luma Duma was a pretty profound line. Not going to lie, sarcasm. Story 163. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. Rush the Garden. Story 164. There should be laughter after pain. There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry now? Story 165. This is for everyone going through tough times. Believe me, I've been there and done that. Every day above ground is a great day. Story 166. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Story 167. Oh SpaghettiOs. Eat them with a spoon. I am a frito bandito. More slogans than lyrics. Story 168. I'm committed, not addicted, but it keeps control of me. EXO Tour Life by Uzi. I have struggled with letting go of many addictions and have always felt this lyric describes how my addicted brain sees things. Fortunately, I have mostly kicked them now. I just cannot part with the leaf. Laughing out loud. Story 169. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. Story 170. Packed like lemmings into tiny metal boxes, the contestants were in a suicidal race. Story 171. All reruns become our history. A tired song keeps playing on a tired radio. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.